Hi, BariNation. It's April. Happy July 1st. Even if you're not listening or watching this special edition of the podcast on July 1st, that's okay. I hope you watch it sometime in July, around the 4th of July. But if not, it's okay. The message is going to resonate no matter when you find this, see it, listen to it. I have been a public educator basically my entire adult life. The last 18 years, I was a high school history teacher in alternative school environments. It's who I am. It's who I was born to be. BariNation's mission is to empower anybody battling the disease of obesity to seek out and onboard the treatment that they need. We want to empower you to not only initially onboard a treatment, but to continue to treat it for the rest of your life. Our mission is to connect you with the people and the resources and the tools that you need to continue to treat the disease. The more connected we can become with our disease and our life and the world around us, the more likely we are to continue to onboard treatment. If we keep separating our disease from ourselves and from our life, we're going to treat it as this thing that is other. But when we understand the interconnectedness of the disease with our life and with our world, we are more likely to, in a way, embrace it and to continue to seek out ways that we can integrate treatment into our life. So that's why I see so much interconnectedness between the 4th of July and the disease of obesity. So let me explain. July 4th is the day that our nation celebrates its independence, its freedom. July 4th was the day that the Declaration of Independence was read from the steps of Independence Hall. And the colonists and the Patriots that day might have believed that we had, in fact, received our freedom from British, but we actually spent the next 7 years fighting a long, bloody, arduous war to secure that independence. The colonists and the Patriots decided to go to war and to fight so hard for their independence because they felt they weren't being seen or heard by their governing authority, by the king. They felt that they weren't valued, that their lives were being stymied or stifled by these oppressive factors that they felt were being placed upon them. And really, they were tired of living the life that they were living. Are you seeing some connections here? Obesity can be that oppressive force in our life that robs us of many freedoms that we know deep down we are entitled to. We should be free of the burden of excess weight. We should be free of the mental load that the disease takes up in our lives. We should be free of stigma and shame and bias because of our size and shape. We didn't choose the disease of obesity. Like many of the colonists, they didn't choose to be subjects of the British crown. They were born in America, right? They were born in the colonies. Some people moved here, but they reached a point in their lives where they wanted to choose a different life. Bariatric surgery, in many ways, is similar to the colonists, the Patriots, reading the Declaration of Independence from the steps of Independence Hall. When you made the choice to onboard bariatric surgery, even if you haven't actually had surgery yet, you are in many ways declaring your independence from a disease that you have so long wanted to shake off from your life. But just like the Patriots and the colonists understood, declaring your freedom from something is very different than actually earning or getting your freedom from something. Bariatric surgery is the first step. It is you declaring you want freedom from this disease. And like the Patriots, and really like our nation, we're going to spend the rest of our lives fighting for that independence. Bariatric surgery is going to be a tool that you use to gain that independence. But just like the Patriots, and the people who fought in the Revolutionary War, they had to onboard countless tools constantly to eventually win that battle. We will have to do the same thing. The treatments that you are going to need to onboard after surgery are limitless, right? As a patient myself, as a founder of BariNation, and of the thousands of people who are a part of our community who listen or watch this podcast know, community is a part of our treatment plan. Attending support groups, going to classes, going to meetups, sharing our stories, and asking our questions in a safe environment. That's a tool that we've used. We also utilize movement. We focus on our mindset. We pay attention to what we eat. We try to stay hydrated. We try to stay compliant with our vitamins. We're constantly checking in with our primary care physicians and with our bariatric surgeons, with our care team. Maybe we've onboarded a medication, or we continue to take the medications that we were on before surgery. We onboard so many tools to fight for our independence in this disease. And like our nation, the goal is not perfection, right? The United States goal and the reason that we fought for independence was so that we could secure a more perfect union, not a perfect union. That key word is more. The founders of our nation knew that perfection was not attainable, but they did know that we could constantly work towards a more perfect union of people and of states. We can constantly work towards a more perfect life for ourselves, but perfection is not the goal. The goal is that we continue to understand what freedom from the disease of obesity feels and looks like in our life, and that we are always on the ready to fight. So when you think back to the Revolutionary War, it was long and arduous. It was dark. It was brutal. The Patriots had to come up with some pretty creative ways to fight back against the British. And there were plenty of moments during that war that it appeared that the American colonists, the Patriots, were not going to win. But they made allies, they made friends, they reached out in really dark moments. They discovered new weapons, new tools, right? They did everything they could. They got scrappy, and they continued to fight because they believed in their own freedom. They believed in the goal of a more perfect union. We as patients are fighting for our freedom every single day. And there are some days that we just need a break, that we need a pause, that we need to rest. There are days that we don't want to bariatric anymore. And then there are days that seem easier than others. There are days where everything goes right, where we hit our water goals, we hit our protein goals, we take those vitamins, we make a mindset breakthrough, we make a new connection with a friend, we attend a support group, right? There are days where things feel wonderful. And there are days where we truly feel free from the disease of obesity. But then there are days where we're right back in it. My point in sharing this is that, like the Patriots of the Revolutionary era, they believed in their freedom and they fought mercilessly to secure it. As patients, we have to tap into that revolutionary spirit, and we have to continue to fight for our freedom, even on those darkest days, even when we are experiencing monumental setbacks. We have to continue to fight. We have to learn to rest. We have to lean into the help of our friends, of our allies, of our community. We have to not be afraid to continue to onboard new treatments as the disease progresses in our life. And we have to know that at the end of this very long battle with the disease, we will be victorious. The America that we live in today, I don't think is the America that those patriots thought could even exist. In many ways, the Revolutionary War is not over because we are all still fighting for that more perfect union. Michelle Obama had a great quote, and I'm going to paraphrase it, but she basically said, We can fight for the America that we want to exist, even if it doesn't exist in our lives today. You can fight for the life that you want against obesity, knowing that something different is out there without actually experiencing it today. It's what the word faith is all about. You have the tools, you have the community, you have the strength, you have the energy, and you have the support to continue to fight your disease of obesity. Tap into that revolutionary spirit on those really dark days. And know that you live in a nation that was born for this, right? You are here in what is the greatest nation on the planet for so many reasons. Are we perfect? Absolutely not. Is everybody treated equally and fairly? No. Do our laws benefit some more than others? Yep. But we're all fighting for something greater. We are all fighting for freedom. And for us as patients, we have to continue to fight against the disease of obesity. It's what we were born to do. And it takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of bravery to make that decision to fight, to declare your independence from this disease. But just know that once you make that declaration, you are committing to the fight for the rest of your life. And on the days that you need help, reach out and tap into that help. On July 4th, I'll be celebrating the freedom that millions of Americans have fought for over the entire existence of our great nation. And I'll also be reflecting on the personal fight that I am waging every single day against my disease of obesity. And I invite you to join me and to join the entire BariNation community as we fight together. This nation is worth it, and you're worth it. Don't give up the fight. I hope this message resonated with you. I hope you see just how connected the 4th of July is to your own personal battle with obesity and the battle of obesity that our entire bariatric community is fighting. And I hope it gives you a little boost of energy on those days where you just don't want to do it. We're here for you, and we're here for this community. Happy July, BariNation.